work alongside them. We do not rule them in a tyrannical way. We help them, and everyone's well fed. We're good. But that's because I have a lot of humanity. So, wahoo.
Wahoo. So something I have to work on is looking at my camera and not at the pictures of you all on my laptop, so that it looks like I'm actually making eye contact with everyone. This game has been running for about...
Sorry.
What?
Do your thing.
No, I want to hear what you're going to say. You said uncanny.
I was going to say you could do that really uncanny AI that forces it to do eye contact.
Yeah, I have that. It's horrible. Don't do it.
That horrible thing.
That is an AI that didn't need to exist, okay? I will just stare at the camera. Or at least I will practice staring at the camera. So these characters are all about 200 years old. We've been playing this game for a little bit. It was the Transylvania Chronicles, published for White Wolf in 2nd edition. We've got the Dark Pact up in our stream. This is just a game of a bunch of friends. And actually, hey, Colton, can we get the Dark Pact on this screen since it's going to be up often?
Yeah.
Like maybe just in the red area down there.
Yep, gotcha.
Thank you much. You're a peach. So all of these characters have a lot of background and history with each other. And most recently, there have been some Fae shenanigans. So without any further ado, we're going to do our recap for last session. Enjoying the summary created by our new TTRPG tool. Once upon a time, in the shadowed valleys of Transylvania, a group of unlikely people gathered to confront their destinies. Among them, the noble Wolfgang von Eisenberg, a fallen crusader with hair of blonde and a well-honed sword crafted by his own hand, who stands now as the proud protector of his beloved Genevieve. A multifaceted figure who had recently embraced the path of the Banu Hakim. As the moonlit night cast eerie shadows, Wolfgang prepared for a journey, whilst grappling with his own tumultuous emotions. His love for Genevieve mingled with the specter of their recent chaos. In twilight gloom, each petal tells a tale forgotten of hopes once held, now long since rotten. She offers you the tea.
And what I ask, you wish I know to tell me such a tale. So, you offer tea, and for that I thank. But, as it stands, this deal seems rank. Glancing back to the hedge from which none of his companions managed to come.
I'm willing to get my monologue next.
Yeah, let's finish the internal monologues, because I have more for this. I love that you ad-libbed that. I wrote a bunch. I cannot ad-lib poetry. That I hoped would cover a wide range of scenarios. Let's go with Wolfgang. Yeah, 15-second marks. What's going on with Wolfgang?
It's shit. Why didn't we go with Alexandru? This fucking sucks! Aldrin, where do we go?
I can go next.
Sure.
Oh crap, running, faster,
You're under my arm.
faster.
I'm hauling you, each.
And I'm Jeff Goldbluming you and saying, must go
Yeah.
faster, must go faster, must go faster.
You can look. I don't have legs at the moment.
All right.
You've never seen that before.
All rights. We have no rights to Jurassic Park, folks. All creative properties belong to whoever they belong to. I don't. Peter Jackson, who directed those?
It's Universal Pictures, so we have no
Okay.
rights to Universal Pictures.
Yeah. Please don't sue us, Universal.
And it was just a quote.
We
I
also have no
have
rights to
actively.
Independence Day, which is another movie
Yeah.
where he said the exact same line.
Oh my god. Yeah. I love Jeff Goldblum. Also, I've had to physically stop myself from busting into a mouse song.
We will
Already.
not. Yes, avoiding the eyes of a mouse is important.
Yes. Very much so. Apologies. Olrun, what's going on in your brain? You're not making any noise.
He has no time to actually think right now and is in fact just telling Wolfgang left,
Sure.
right, forward, left, right, left, right.
Excellent. You know the direction you're supposed to go. You're working with Wolfgang, giving him directions. You're flying through the hedge. We shift back to the Queen of Air and Darkness, and Alexandru, where we will now see Knave. Introduce yourself and your character, please. Welcome back.
Am I back? Hello?
Yeah.
There you go.
Hello.
Indeed.
Thank fucking God. I just looked down at my phone, all of a sudden it says no Wi-Fi, Sand stops talking, and then silence.
I never stop talking.
It's
Don't
like,
you
alright, let's begin.
fucking look at
And
me
then
like
there's
that.
and then there's no sound, and I'm like, are we
I thought I knew
beginning?
something was wrong
Yep.
when you stopped talking.
Let's see how long this lasts.
But if you're here, introduce yourself and your character, please.
I already did that.
Not
Did you?
tonight.
Not
Yeah.
now. Like, yeah, we're streaming. The people need to know
Oh.
who you are. We didn't record last week's session, so it only streamed. We're recording this week. Growing Pains for streaming.
But yeah, it'll get better and better the more we do it.
Yeah.
Give me a second while my internet unfucks itself just a little bit more.
You're coming through
Your
audio
voice
wise.
seems to be working just fine, yeah.
Yeah, no, like all of my websites are reloading right now, and all of you are staticky right now. So hold on.
Fair enough.
I'm working off of like a 9-year-old router at the moment because they refuse to get a new one.
Have you updated its firmware?
It's so old it won't do it.
It doesn't sound very firm.
No, it's
No,
very
it's-
soft. It's definitely software,
yeah.
not hardware.
It's
Sounds like it,
soft.
yeah.
All
It's
right,
semi-ware.
I am Nabe. I play Lysandra, who is a Zamitsi flesh crafting monstrosity master person thing.
Yay, welcome. There has been a very brief exchange between the Queen of Air and Darkness and Alexandru, where he refused sugar, and then they began speaking in poetry at each other. In shadows deep, where silence weaves, among the boughs where none believes, I dance with dreams, both dark and bright, the queen who reigns in endless night.
Sounds like a prophecy to me.
But that is simply her.
She smiles. All of her teeth are serrated.
I hear that. Prophecy me go over there then.
Yeah, it's at about this time that you guys blast your way through a entryway in the hedge that is just about to seal you in, but you make it into the garden at the last moment. I'm gonna need a Dex athletics check from you, Wolfgang, because the shepherd's watch slowed the brambles from reaching you.
Yeah. Okay.
Private dice.
No. Holy shit, that's awesome. Um,
What?
Hey, that's pretty nice.
that's the best I've rolled at anything.
We have
Yep.
got to find a way to have like dice rolls up on the camera as well. Uh how tell everyone how many successes you got, Wolfgang.
I had 19 successes for my dashing through the hedge in
There
Naga form.
it's not even a narrow margin. You're in seconds. You're so fast at this point in time. Your dex is high, you've got great celerity. It was never a concern of yours. You
I
had
feel like
plenty of time and speed.
You know,
Olarin and Andy were just under my arms with like their mouths being filled with air, like like like
Nope.
like uh
I
like
attribute it.
bloodhound like chops.
I attribute it to the shield, the Valerian shield that I put up in front of us, blocking all the wind. That way you could just run through without any resistances.
Wolfgang, with that many successes, you could go ahead and do like a really neat little acrobatic, spin twirl thing in the air, and then land in
It's
like
true.
superhero pose.
I could.
You want to
Sure,
do a 3-point
hers
landing?
on a snake tail.
Yeah,
He
I'll do
can't
a snake tail skid.
the snake tail skid.
Yeah.
Cool. You come Tokyo drifting into the garden of the Queen of Air and Darkness on a snake tail, a coterie member under each arm.
That is a ridiculous
Well,
image.
you lot are never
With
boring.
with laughter echoing through the glen, we blend in shadows time and again. A fleeting kiss upon your brow, and she is standing right in front of you. Come dance. Bow now.
I think I'll pass. I'm out of gas.
Her eyebrow goes so far up her forehead, I can't mimic it. Like, I can get mine pretty far up, but hers almost disappears into her hair.
Let me shift. I have a gift. And then he will set his companions down on their feet, shift back to human form, sweep the brambles out of his robe, and then he will pull out his painting to offer as a gift to the Queen of Air and Darkness, which he will do on one knee.
She examines the painting, looks to the two of you.
I'll take a knee and hand her what Mitra had given me to hand her.
I don't remember what Mitru sent with you.
I don't either. That's why I said what Mitra gave me.
I believe it was no, it was Lysandra and I got books.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a wood carving. Like an expert level wood carving.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Some sort of bear, probably.
Probably.
It's a bear bobblehead.
It's a bear bobblehead. It's a bobblehead of Mitru in animal form.
I'd pay for
He
it.
sells them all over Klausenberg.
Yeah, you can get them at every knick-knack corner. Right next to the blacksmith.
Mighty Queen of Dark and Air, I brought you gifts of mortal fare.
Out the chair.
I will look at you and kind of give you side-eye, like, really?
You did it once.
Well, no, that's not what I brought. I brought a basket of, wine and treats from my city.
He smiles
You're
at all of
embarrassing
you.
me.
Beneath the boughs of winter's breath, paradise whispers sweet secrets of death. Walk softly, child, for what you seek. In shadows deep, the lost will speak. And she motions for you all to come and join them at the table. Stops by Lysandra on the way and looks at her. You
He'll
weren't
give her a
here,
grin
you would have
that-
been greeted already.
Yeah. She would give a toothy grin back to her, purposely making her teeth appear as like her own, and then back to normal, like how hers were all serrated and shit like that, and then back to normal, like in the same smile.
A flicker of stars, a silver sigh. The moon's embrace, the night's soft cry. With every breath the fates entwine, in dreams I reign, eternally mine. Your gift?
She would give, essentially, in either hand, the sword and dagger combination or the book to let her choose from the gifts.
You brought more blood swords.
I, in fact, did bring blood swords.
Are you sure that was a good idea?
We had a long conversation on why it wasn't a good idea, but
Also brought normal book in case the other ones were on a front, so it's like, if you don't like this gift, here's another gift that actually works for you.
it's the open interpretation of a bared blade being offered, regardless of what we choose.
She runs a finger down the blade, and you see the skin of her fingertip begin to blacken and crack as she touches it. A kingdom lost to mortal eyes, where laughter lingers and sorrow flies. In the air, a sweetness swiftly fades, enchantments laced in twilight's shades. She walks back to the table, taking neither.
And when she returns the table, Alexandra just offers her of the book that he brought without the fanfare.
She just takes the. You're the only one she actually takes an item from and sets it onto the table next to her. But she does motion for you to bring the basket of wine and goods to the table, Andy.
I will bow and do so.
If she hasn't sat down already, Wolfgang would pull her chair out for her.
She smiles that toothy, shark-like grin at you once more. Her eyes are solid black now that you are this close, and they are not like pretty ephemeral solid black with like sparkles of starlight in them. No, they are black voids of darkness.
Stare into the
Yeah, like Vanta Black Pits of Hell. I get it.
Yeah. Now that pleasantries are done, it's nice to see you all again. Well, 3 of you. Your coterie has changed some. As have you. She just stares at
Yes.
Alexandru.
time changes us all, doesn't it?
Who are your new coterie members? Are you still part of the coterie?
They haven't
He's
deemed to
here,
kick
isn't
me
he?
out. Glances over at Wolfgang and the rest.
I do
As
believe
far as
I can
I'm
introduce
concerned, you're
myself.
still in it.
I'm not eating him.
How about not eating him?
Eating him is 1,000 more.
What's the world come to that friends can't eat each other anymore?
Maybe a little.
Is that another riddle?
No.
I mean, you know, I never really thought of Alexandra that way, but you're right, he is kind of cute.
I can no longer gain sustenance
He's
from
already
him.
spoken for.
Just.
Actually, Alexandru is
Melting
arguably safer from me.
Yep.
I can't feed off you now. I mean, I could. Just wouldn't do anything.
Just wait till the Tremere curse happens.
Oh,
Then he's
yeah.
gonna
Please
be safe
don't.
from you.
So fucked.
You're doomed.
You have all been causing a great deal of trouble.
Us? No.
Trouble. Oh.
Not all of us.
Oh, you cause trouble all your own. It's a very different kind, but it is one that we enjoy nonetheless. Most of you here are monarchs in your own right, and thus are deserving of a certain level of respect. So before I unleash my kin on Transylvania to reap what sweet chaos you have sown, a feast unlike we have had in millennia. Etiquette dictate I inform you.
And for what reason would this
In
invasion
person.
happen in the first place?
Invasion?
I said it.
I do not know if an invasion would be the right term.
You being in our lands uninvited, that would be an invasion.
No. We will kill no people. Well, some dreams might be reaped in totality. Some of the Fae are insatiable.
And why would you let them cross into our domain?
Sorry, what was that? You cut out.
Why would you let them cross into our domain?
To reap glamour and dreams. That with which we feed upon and use to power our magic.
Okay, so if it's
There
not an
are
invasion
few
but a
things.
reaping, why are you doing it?
Collecting the glamour, not enough of an answer for you.
No, you would have to have a purpose for it. Why Transylvania specifically?
Because the nightmares that you have all inflicted upon generations of your people in the last 100 years alone will keep my court fed for a century.
My queen, I only ask that you have your children follow my city's rules while in it. They're quite simple
Of course.
and shouldn't be a problem.
You're
I don't
more or
see
less
it being.
giving us a warning that your children, so to speak, are going to be in our lands at this point in time going forward, and to take that into consideration.
It is a courtesy to inform you, instead of letting you find out the hard way, in the hopes of preventing conflict between our two peoples.
What is the typical state one of your people leave in the aftermath of feeding on these glamours?
Depends on how greedily they sup upon the mortals. Sometimes it is simply fatigue. Not much different than the way any of you feed from the kind.
It is not.
You understand if
Restore.
there is a glut of deaths in Belgrade, in my lands, I will have to take action.
I cannot say that there will be a glut.
But you can't say there won't either.
How has my daughter been as your daughter?
As far as I know, fantastic.
I hope you have found her as useful as I have. She's very helpful.
Yes, being able to come here at will now would be very fun.
I didn't hear what you said, Colton. You are still cutting out.
Being able to come here at will now would be very fun.
Presumptuous of you to believe that she'll be allowed here at will.
Well, if she can open the door, then I should be able to come, yes?
Because your daughter possesses an ability, you should be able to use it whenever you feel like it.
No, if I asked her and she lets me.
Say already.
Silence is something. I didn't ask you for your parental advice.
I'm not even that bad with my child. She's allowed to do what she wants.
dissensions in the coterie. Interesting.
And what if we do find a glut? Are we able to dispatch it as we please?
You're welcome to try.
I will do as I please on my lands. I don't recommend
you
they
are-
come to Bolgrad.
Welcome to try. I can offer you no more than that. Have you ever seen a she at full power?
I have not.
Wolfgang, do you remember the dragon and that whole fight above that battlefield?
I do.
She's gonna like kind of point to, or not point, but like motion to the Queen of Air and Darkness. More powerful than those two combined.
I did not say I was here to fight the Queen of Air and Darkness. But if my people are being preyed on, I will not leave them to their own.
Your people are already being preyed on by the other vampires in your court.
No doubt. But it is not a
And
new
what
threat.
have any of them done for you?
Besides
recall-
feed him.
Little, but I require little of them. My business is my own.
If you catch them, if you kill them, there will be no repercussions. If you catch them and if you kill them, enough with the vampires. How? And she looks back at Alexandru.
Mm. Tea untouched. Hands folded neatly in his lap.
How are you what you are now?
It seems like the kind of
Nicholas Gordon
information you
Aldrich.
should have to pay for. That's how this works, isn't it?
He will. Simply giving her that information can't be done. Giving something of value has to be returned with something of equal value.
And then he'll shrug and let Alexandru answer for himself.
God, yep, that current completely broke my train of thought.
Shaka.
Do-do-do-do.
She asked you how you became a
Yeah.
mage.
Yes, how do I become what my own?
How are you no longer a vampire?
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Everything changes with time.
Thank you for the follow,
Not
hubby.
vampires.
Mm.
A follow. Yay.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Not
Perhaps they would not.
vampires.
Perhaps if one doesn't try hard enough.
Didn't you introduce us to this entire conversation, saying how much we have changed?
Your coterie has changed. Vampires can die. They stop changing eventually. This could be chalked up all to a fluke or your own individual perseverance. Not really a cascading effect.
I think I've changed significantly.
Have you?
I
Your
believe
sword is
so.
different. Your sword is different, and you are more devoted to the paths of blood that your clan is so fond of.
Did not start that way.
The road you walked before shared core beliefs with the one that you're on now. Except for one. The last road you walked encouraged you to take and keep oaths, keep your word. But the one that you walk now forbids it. Your word can never be trusted. You are not capable of making an oath ever again.
I do not agree with this, but you are entitled.
Yes. The agreement of a 200-year-old vampire who has barely taken his first steps upon the path of blood. I'm sure you know more about it than I do.
Considering it is a failure to honor an oath,
Of course. As long as those oaths are to your clan.
they are who I wish to give them to. But why do we keep
Honestly, it's
speaking of
besides the
me?
point. When not, I was speaking of the fact that vampires are frozen in time from the moment of their creation. You speak of internal changes, changes to the mind and to the soul. Vampire bodies are unchanging after their embrace. Every night you revert back to the moment you were frozen by the blood.
I am just going to immediately change my appearance to something entirely different other than myself.
Your second-hand flesh forging is a joke.
Compared to
In
some
my
powers
case,
in this world, yes.
A pale imitation to the forges of flesh.
If I may ask, if you are done with the warning, what is the point
You
of
may.
continuing this line of inquiry?
Testing you. Figuring out where your lines and borders are. Not your
Looking,
political lines and borders.
looking for weaknesses.
Yes.
And
She smiles that big shark tooth grin.
Looking for points of irritation.
So entertainment.
I have to be entertained, otherwise I'll start shriveling up in your presence.
Well, other than the warning, what else did you want us here for?
satisfy my curiosity. When I first encountered this coterie in the Tehusa Pass, you were babes mewling against the night, trying to forge a tower from stone against storms. My briar kept the wolves from your doors, and other supernaturals. You might not have recognized me, I wore a younger form then.
No, I do quite recognize you.
You all had the kiss of fate on you. And I found that interesting. You are attached to strings of prophecy of the Christian God. I'm sure you're aware of it at this point.
The tablets have been read, we understand.
And you're not looking into it.
Well, I would like to, but apparently our friend says it's pointless.
It is.
She points at Alexander. He doesn't like prophecy.
Prophecy will land hot and steaming in our laps when it damn well pleases, as it always has.
I don't like prophecy. I already stopped it twice.
I
Or
don't
changed
either,
it.
but it shows up anyway.
Of course it does. I'm gonna share a secret with you that most vampires are never gonna know.
Why would you do
Destiny
that?
in this world. Because I am very entertained by what you're doing, and I want you to keep doing it.
And what if we stop today or tomorrow?
Then I would grow bored of you and find something else to entertain myself with. You delude yourself in thinking you're more important than you are. You're here simply because I want to share something with you.
Not having your attention seems healthier.
Agreed.
So make sure I stay entertained.
What do you like best?
Books. She took Alexander's book. Yeah, that was the only thing she took. She likes tomes from,
I actually quite enjoyed all of my gifts. I simply wanted you all to bring them over here for me. Alexander was already at the table. Did you think that was important information?
say.
You are 1,000 years too young to play in the courts of the Fae.
I didn't come because I wanted to.
You were invited. It is true.
I did come because I wanted to.
Aren't you sweet?
Meeting one of the Fae.
My daughter told me I had no choice.
Destiny is a real thing. Prophecy is true.
Destiny
The
works in Andy's domain. And she services many men.
Destiny, I can believe.
Yes.
Prophecy, horseshit.
You would not believe how true your statement is. Destiny is a servant, yes. Destiny serves the path that every mortal creature walks. Prophecy comes about when things solidify, when certain parts become certain. Destiny is what you created from hundreds and dozens, thousands of paths, different choices you make. Prophecy is unreliable because it is hard to predict. But there are some paths that you take where your destinies become unavoidable. And they are all through your own choices. Destiny is you. You write your own destiny. You make your own choices. Prophecy is just its interpretation.
And so what prophecy would you lead us to believe?
With every turn of the wheel of fate, in the hush of night I resonate. Feel my presence in the quiet sigh, where I am the darkness that whispers, enthrall, comply. Listen. Not to me. You know him as Anatoly.
Who?
Oh, yes.
The crazy Roman legionnaire.
No.
No, he's the Malkavian fellow.
That
Trots around
is
with
Octavio.
trots around with Lucita.
Yes. Octavio is the red-headed Malkavian that you're thinking of. And no, Anatole recently consumed his soul and took his gift of prophecy, merging it with his own. He is now likely the most powerful seer Malkavian in your world. I would say his ability to read the future rivals that of a mage's.
Are you suggesting that Malkov is dead?
I'm not suggesting he's alive either. But he is mad, and his ravings will be hard to translate. But maybe if you spend more time translating, you won't lose one of the locks on Kupala's prison this time.
And what lock did we lose the last?
She just looks at Lysandra.
Just stare. Lysandra stares directly at it. Like, what are you paying any attention?
Fucking Giovanni. You know, the one that we said we shouldn't trust and then someone kept around? Yeah, that one. I'm not pointing fingers, but I'm disappointed.
You know, I don't think we need to bash Lysandra. She hadn't been running that city very long. Lack of experience can explain any mistake.
He was a great seneschal.
Yes, but he was slimy as an eel.
Absolutely, yeah.
Me, I would go with hagfish.
Again, he did not try to disguise that he was in it for the money. He was very
No,
upfront about it.
No, he was absolutely very upfront about it.
Probably should have paid him not to lace the castle with explosives.
Well, when your prince disappears for 2 years and leaves you in a city full of Saku, Spawn, Zamisi, he might consider it.
I don't blame anyone. Just not thrilled about the result.
I give him a high five.
Nobody is thrilled of the Asaku being released into Transylvania, being converted to it, and consequences therefore of their actions.
wonder who did that.
Simeon.
Simeon did that.
Yeah, Alexander knows
Simeon
about
is
this
still
Simeon.
unaccounted for.
She infected Simeon. Who infected Velia?
One of thousands of other Zemitzi.
I don't know about thousands.
Hundreds.
Hundreds is better, yeah.
Not tens.
She, of course, recalls a glass of wine from the gift basket and begins sampling some of the food from it. I have some lovely vintages here, from here, if any of you would like a glass. You will find it more palatable than anything you find in the mortal realms.
I am told the vintages from this region of the world are quite intoxicating.
I do an intelligence occult check.
Yeah.
I need an intelligence occult check as well, please.
Uh-huh.
So I need to remember if we can consume anything here without being fucked, or
Uh-huh.
If I believe it's safe as long as it has been freely offered.
10 successes, Sans.
I'm sorry, what?
10 successes.
Cool. Yeah. No, Alexander's absolutely right.
I will
Wait,
bar-
is there a button for using willpower to add one automatic success to rolls now?
There is.
I noticed it as well.
Nice. There was an update to like yesterday.
Where is it?
Right below your dice roll, right where your specialties should be.
Neato. Okay. So it's when you pop up. Got it.
Indeed.
Yes,
Very
indeed.
nice.
Not when you pop off.
Yeah, the same thing, Alexander. Alexander's very much right. As long as the food is pro-offered, you should be fine.
I will partake. Thank you.
She pours Laura in a glass of wine.
Sandra would also partake.
She pours Lysandra a glass of wine. Andy a glass of wine since he already agreed. She looks at Wolfgang. She offers Alexandra a glass of wine. This will affect
Alexandra
you
sips
more
the
than your
tea.
friends.
I take it you're not a fan of alcohol anymore, Alexandra.
You should have seen him at the party.
I did. I removed it from him.
Wine has never been my vice.
Do you not remember me coming in at the end of the party there, Dave?
I do, kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I removed the alcohol from his blood.
It wasn't alcohol.
Wow.
It was
Opium.
Yep.
It's also
Wine
super
hasn't-
rude.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, Captain Buzzkill.
You literally just walked in and you were like, hey, you look like you're high and having a good time. Let me fix that.
There were important things to talk about.
It wasn't important at all.
You're the worst type of cleric. The militant, my god, makes everyone hate puritanical, not hate. I'm sucked at all of them.
My God.
The wine is delicious. It tastes of dreams and warm feelings. Like, it doesn't taste like wine. The tea tastes like happiness. Everything here is a fucking concept.
Oh yes, this is the general thing that tea tastes like to him at this point.
Like happiness.
Dirt water.
How would I go about having a bottle of this taken home with me?
One firstborn.
That's a
No,
little
I was
dark.
gonna say that that's not possible for vampires, but tell me about Leon. And all of you are standing back in Balgrad. In Wolfgang's war room. But not Alexandru. There's an unopened bottle in the middle of the table. You each still have your glass that you are welcome to finish. But Alexandru finds himself alone with the Queen of Air and Darkness.
Yeah, I never took a sip.
Okay.
I was the designated driver.
I'm gonna pound it back.
I see.
Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna
fucking
pound it
cool.
back. Just one.
Well, I wanted to ask him questions, but I guess. So, how do we look for Fae, and should we start hunting them down?
I don't think
No,
it's
we
wise
should
to
not start
hunt
hunting
them.
down.
Why?
Because they have an army and we have 4 kingdoms.
Even without numbers, they can operate in the day, they can kill us, some of them can just summon fire.
So what, just let them start preying on my people? Fuck that.
Well,
They're not
she did
really-
agree. She did
I'm going to
agree
need
that
a
all-
thorough explanation on this threat.
Hey, Sans, with the 10 success occult check on Fey laws and rules, can I also understand how to find them and how to kill them?
I mean, Lysandra already knows how to kill them with her swords.
Yeah.
Because apparently that even hurt the Queen of Air and Darkness.
Oh,
Well,
that's,
I mean,
that was your
swords
banality.
Your swords are both banal and do aggravated damage.
Yeah. So,
Like, they are like
Sandra's-
cold iron, basically, to Fae.
Lysandra's just gonna come out and say, like, my swords would seem to do the trick, judging by the Queen of Air and Darkness's reaction to them.
Yes, killing them with your swords would be potentially easy. Preventing them from attacking our young is different.
Yes, that is why I
Not-
suggest to not do it.
Do not attack the Fae with cold iron or with banality. It's an insult.
That's an insult to
You know
prey
what
upon
else
our
is an
people.
insult? Being prey. That's an insult.
He agreed to follow the rules of my city.
In your
We're
city.
not in your city, we're in mine.
Well, if
That
she's already
means-
gonna follow the rules of mine, then that probably means she's gonna follow the rules of yours. Make
I
some rules.
doubt it.
You seem to not want conflict between everybody, us and her own kind.
Oh, sure, I'm just going to take her word for it.
They are literally
shark
bound by
city.
their word.
Oh, yeah, and because not being able to tell exact lies totally means they can't deceive you. I need a thorough explanation of this threat. Please.
I'll investigate, Wolfgang.
It's him.
I'm sorry,
No
I
one
don't just
question-
roll around and get kicked just because they say so. Fuck that. I'm in charge here. That's what happens.
Can I do a theology check?
Sure. For what? What's going on? What's the question?
I'm trying to answer Wolfgang's question.
There were a lot of questions, so I will need something a little more specific.
He's asking for a threat assessment.
Yeah, very much.
Cool. Yeah, we can do a theology.
I mean,
Nope.
I'm just gonna switch over to the
like-
dice roller now for a second.
Wolfgang.
We might
They are
have
as
to
powerful
find
as
some way
they
to
are
merge them into
mysterious.
one.
Determining the kind of threat they
I'll
are is
try.
a riddle as much as anything else in dealing with them.
I'll wait for Alexandru. Or you, Olrin. Whatever you know.
I know some. I know where books to read them are.
Let me know what you find. It's always fucking something.
Always something.
Well, hopefully
Back in
Alexandra
the
understands that the threat of those fucking tablets is important when he gets back.
Speaking of Alexander, back in the Fey realms, you were sitting very close to the Queen of Air and Darkness. All of your
Yeah.
friends are just gone. She is leaning forward, her very deep-cut black dress, not hiding anything, and she just sort of like leans closer to you. You have such a big magic.
I've
Big
been
swinging
doing
magic.
it for 200 years.
This magic is different. Tell me about Leon.
And what is that information worth to you?
I'll answer a question.
But there is little I wish to know. From you, exactly.
What a good question. What is it you wish to know? If I tell you what you wish to know, will it change the word you've already given to one? You know what? That's fine. No, this is funner. Your companion Ulrun's the one that spread the Osaku journals
Fuck
around
yes.
Transylvania. He certainly covered his tracks well. No mortal or likely any supernatural being would be able to notice. AKA, he rolled so fucking well on cleaning up his tracks, but I'm the Queen of Air and Darkness, bitch. Nothing happens in the dark that I don't see.
Considering obfuscate power lets you go into the Fey realms. Weird shit.
How did Leon come to be? We'll question for a question.
When the mommy and the daddy love each other very much.
She puts her hand through Wolfgang's head. just fingers first. Just
With great care and a deal with a spirit.
Hmm. And he is mortal.
Hmm. I fear only time will tell. He is not cursed, at the very least.
He's a Dumbbeer. You freed yourself from the curse of Cain and birthed a Dompier. You have fulfilled 2 of the prophecies, all by your lonesome in the last century. For a man who hates prophecy, you sure are great at manifesting it.
Actions that will inevitably happen. I have no reason to care if I'm the one that completes it or another.
And if I were to tell you that your actions have sped up the coming Gehenna, how would you feel about that? That your seeking of enlightenment has set off a powder keg.
Hmm. I would say show me a completely different timeline in which things happened differently. If you can.
I could show you a dozen. More, even.
But what is the point? That is not the life we live.
It is not. You have chosen these paths. You're right. What point does worrying about it serve? I would offer your son a position in my court. I am in need of a knight. Do pass on my hopes, won't you?
I will inform him of the offer. It is up to him whether he takes it.
Of course. And then you're just standing back in the war room of Balgrad too.
Alexandro, would you be so
uh,
kind as to explain what we are looking forward to?
Are you alright,
Uh,
Alexandru?
okay, that was abrupt.
Yeah,
Yes. We were there and suddenly we weren't.
Why do we have to even go through the edge if you could?
Oh, I will gesture to Olerin like behind my back. If you want to abstain from this conversation with Alexandru.
Mm,
Oh, I think your mic's out again.
I have no idea what happened in there, so no, I don't know to abstain.
Yeah, it dawned on me after I made that. I'm like, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Nope. You weren't there.
Nope. Erase that from your memories.
And very recently, a hatchet was buried and a deal struck. Y'all know I gotta stir the pot, right?
Yep.
Pot has been successfully stirred.
What are you even asking me? Okay.
She says, Transylvania will be filled with Fae. What does this mean? What sort of threat is this? I assume it is one I am unfamiliar with and ill-equipped to deal with. But I would like to know what it will be.
Every one of the old wives' tales that these small folk tell each other reasons not to go out at night or into the woods, so on and so forth, and to make sure to leave a bit of milk on the sill. All of those? Yes, all of those.
Every folktale you've ever heard bears truth.
Yes.
The ones that aren't, like, points around the room, caused by Intrigue or werewolves, assume that it was the thing.
Okay.
What does that entail? Will decided depend which ones decide to prey on certain areas, and ultimately, yeah.
I'm not really concerned about the ones cleaning houses.
There's just a fucking brownie like over there, like sweeping.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
he's
the
got-
Doma
Thank you kindly,
boys.
He's got a
He
union.
tips
I'll
his
not step
newsy
on
hat
that.
to you. He's wearing suspenders and like a nice like white shirt, brown slacks, and boots. Combinations for you, sir?
It's completely out of time.
Yeah.
But no, it's hard to list the amount of threats that we could be facing.
It's hard to determine whether they're threats or not as well. As she said, only some of them will potentially cause death. And gave us full permission to deal with them as they are. But to prevent them from entering a home is what we need to find in the first place.
Which
Right.
isn't going to happen. It simply is
So-
not.
I think y'all might be taking what she said a little more extreme than she implied it. She's just going to be unleashing Fae into Transylvania to gobble up all of the glamour from the nightmares and shit that people are having. She's not invading. She's not trying to take anything from you. She was just letting you know that her people are coming in to feed.
And to like be aware that they're not like, you don't have to like super search for these people. These are who they are. These are my people. Like, leave them
Yeah,
alone.
she was in a way being like, hey, I'm the monarch of these people. They're gonna come over there and do what they're supposed to do, as they're part of the world, and I am respecting your positions as also kind of monarchs, since you are, most of you, princes of your own domains.
Do we know whether...
This is the vampire lens. You say feed,
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
bodies.
Yes.
Wolfgang thinks bodies.
Yes, I understand. Like, you're Wolfgang, you're projecting yourself onto the situation.
I feed sparingly.
Yes, but you still feed in such a way that is otherwise unsustainable. Not everyone feeds like you do.
But some do,
I
and
think
we
we
have
need daily
already
fight.
got permission to deal with them as we see fit.
Yes, if you end up encountering them, finding them, yes, sure, absolutely. If you find some kelpies drowning in individuals in your rivers, yes, deal with them, but do not expect to be able to prevent it from happening the first time. It is as much up to the small folk to understand
Danger.
to understand and respect the wives' tales to keep themselves safe, as it is to attempt to be proactive in this. There will be very little that will you'll actually be able to do to stop the feeding.
Well, that's what I needed. I needed the proper framing for this. Do they have rituals for the Fae? Wards?
Say milk and honey. There is no. I could potentially figure out some words, but nothing that would be
Well,
wise.
it would still be wise to have wards for safe
Yeah.
places.
Yes, but again, observe the wives' tales.
Wolfgang, I think we should just let this one go. If we find dead because of their ill will, we deal with it then.
Again, leave milk and honey out on the seals.
Yes, but to enforce that to an entire population would be unheard of. They would think we are a cult.
Transylvania.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Transylvania is the land of superstition.
Yeah, it's just... No, they will know what they need to do to keep themselves safe, and if they do actively avoid adhering to these tales, then it will be their own fault when they are taken.
Andy, I would like to hire some minstrels from you. Familiarize the people with Fey tales. I know they will know many of these tales already, but expand their knowledge and repertoire. Send them to each of our nations for a few years. Prepare the people for this.
I can do that. You understand that with the Romani come the Raptors.
Don't kill anyone in my city. We're good.
They'll present themselves to you.
That's fine.
Letting you know that with the Romani come the Raptors.
And are welcome in my city.
I will speak with Mitra before a decision is made.
I will send them. If you don't want them, turn them away. Go somewhere else.
It'll be weeks' time. That's plenty to talk to him.
Sounds like everyone kind of has things their characters need to do now.
Mm-hmm.
You have a couple of weeks before the tournament is set.
So,
Yes.
essentially at the end of that meeting, Lysandra will get a knock on the back of her mind.
Yes, hello.
Yes, hello.
You did do it.
Who? Did what?
Breaking a pact already, that's crazy.
Hey, he said that you and he were good. That's not anything about passing the information off.
No.
Oh yeah.
Wording.
Transylvania Civil War.
I never thought it was going to come into play. There was no reason it should have. But here we are.
Hey, Alexander's question was, what secret do I want to know? And I knew a secret that Alexander wanted to know.
Yeah.
So how do you respond to
All
her
of them.
questioning?
It's just all of them as we suspected. It could not
Jeez.
prove.
He was the one that did spread the Asaku?
That is what she revealed. Use that information as you will.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
The agreement is fulfilled.
So many secrets flying around Transylvania.
Fuck that, it wasn't flying around Transylvania, it was flying out in the Fey realm, and then it came to Transylvania for no fuck reason. It was never touching Transylvania. It never hit Transylvania. Nobody knew that.
I wanted to sow a little chaos, and some of y'all motherfuckers were real disrespectful to Mab, okay?
I felt like Lysandra was pretty nice to her.
I wasn't going to
And
talk at all, but
Lysandra
she was being
got
rude.
some information that she wanted.
Yes, she did.
Homie, she
Yes,
is one of
did.
the first monarchs to have ever existed in creation. She doesn't deign to respect you.
No.
sorry.
I didn't expect it to, frankly. I expected it was
Yeah.
another lion's den.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
It was. It was very much so. Yeah.
Alright.
The tournament's going to kick off on the 26th of July, 1410.
Oh, question.
Yes.
There was a thing of wine left, correct?
There's a bottle
yours.
of wine, yes.
Alright. She is going to deliver that to Flat before that tournament happens.
little bitter there, Alred?
Huh? No.
No. Your face tells a different story. We get it. You don't like Dracula.
No. Not a fan.
actually, could Wolfgang capture any Fae before the tournament?
Don't do that.
You have
Don't
any
do that.
artifacts?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, that makes it a lot easier then.
You want to go Fae hunting?
Possibly.
Not a good idea.
Not a good
I mean,
idea.
at this point, if you're going hunting for them, you're not really going after a murderer. You're proactively hunting them.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just trying to think of treats to give to the visiting dignitaries.
I thought you were about to say good ideas. That is not a good idea. Don't do that.
Yeah, no,
I'm
everybody
totally
will not.
fine with you doing it. I just need to know if you're doing it.
Nobody
If,
will want to go with you on this.
If the coterie is dissuading me this badly, I will not do it.
I hope you brought this up to us and we're just like, fuck no, don't do that. No,
No, I wouldn't have
no,
just
God
done it.
no.
I wouldn't have just done it.
It's like you walk up to us in a meeting, it's like, you want to hunt some Fae with us? And we're like, the fuck did you just say? I said, no, that's a terrible idea. Absolutely not.
Are you brain dead?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
How much of that wine did you drink?
None. Wolfgang is just in full, like, threat countering mode.
I know.
I don't blame him.
Well, I also don't know that much about the Fae in the White Wolf setting.
That's good. Don't fight them.
Yeah.
Like, I know Fae from, like, absolutely. Like, I know Fae, and I know Fae are a fucking threat from
Yeah.
out of character.
Okay,
But
so
I-
we're not in the hedge.
Anywhere. Right. Have you seen the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No. Heard it's good.
It's amazing. You should watch it. The big bad guy in there
Mhm.
is a multi-dimensional traveling being, but the way she fights is how I expect a Fae to fight.
Yeah. Because, like, Dresden is the greatest, is one of the best examples of Fae. But there's more to it than just that. And, like, the Fae in White Wolf seems a lot more reality bending than they do in,
They are think Loki from Supernatural
yeah.
or Gabriel, however you want to see it. That's just a potentiality. That's not even the
Yeah.
best of it.
Like, I've done a little bit of reading on it.
Yeah.
And like, I'm trying to branch, like, House Fae all the way up to, like, reality god bending.
Well,
And,
those
like,
are your archfey.
Yeah, and I'm having a hard time mentally landing in the middle and responding appropriately.
Understandable.
That's the entrance. You're more than welcome to watch it. Let's go ahead and take our break here so everyone can have a little bit of time to decide what they're going to do in the next couple of weeks. And then we will enter into...
Leave them be. Let them do their thing, unless they break the rules. Same as with anyone else.
That.
Just wanted to let you know they were coming.
From my understanding from my studies, the Fae and the vampires have little overlap with each other. but it is good to know. If any strange things begin to happen in Sigisora, I will let you know.
Thank you very much. Do you need anything else from me?
No, not at the moment. I'm looking for a new apprentice with the sad news that Albrecht may be dead.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Your friend Alexandro was recently made mortal, wasn't he? Would he like to join the clan?
Hey, Alexander,
Mhm.
would you like
You
to
want to go
be
back to being a
re-embraced
vamp?
back as a vampire, but worse?
My
Ver-
God!
For Sonya?
Premier is an upgrade from the Zemitsu. Thank you very much.
No,
Yeah.
no.
In some ways, in others, not so
Yeah.
much.
Words. Then they're fighting words. That's why they're permanently at war.
Yeah.
Verstania, I can very reasonably speak for him on this matter and state that while he means you and your clan no ill will, nor does he mean you any hostility, he would not accept that invitation were he dying of his last breath. He is happy to be mortal and would rather die a mortal than become one of us again.
This is a shame. But I will keep looking for a new apprentice. Oh, I suppose I would also need to seek permission from you to embrace a new child.
Okay. Is that really a thing?
Yes.
I understand that many vampire princes prefer that people do not wantonly make other vampires in their domains.
I don't mind.
Okay. Fair enough. So permission granted.
The roast.
That was my original feeding style.
Just making children and drinking from them?
No, dissuading it, but secretly allowing it just so I could feed on the children that they recklessly made. Until they eventually left.
Yep.
The more and more I learn about this coterie, the less I think I'm doing something terrible.
Why do you think I've let you do all of that bad shit? I rarely tell this group straight up no.
Like, yeah, I just let people embrace and then ate their children.
I
Yeah.
have to. I had to at the time. Need that food source. I'm cursed, son. Or daughter.
I'm just dying over here in the corner. Don't mind me.
Yes. Anything for the 2 weeks for Lysandra? Well, we've got
Yes.
talking.
Yes, in fact, Lysandra would want to go and would Lysandra have heard of this Lysander going around poking and asking questions? I forget.
I mean, no, probably not. You don't exactly have a spy network right now.
No, I don't. But I was wondering if like she would have stopped in to Beastery at all or not.
No.
You didn't stop
Alright.
into the bistro?
She took a river cruise.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She was gonna stop over in a couple of other cities, but then she got offered a luxurious way to travel.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Then she would just go and have a conversation with Vlad, bringing the wine with
excuse
her.
me. Okay, let me get into Vlad character. You find him, like you often do, just lounging in his throne room. The war with the King of Hungary ended a few weeks ago. Wallachia is independent, and he has full sovereignty over a nation.
And
If
is
you're
like
coming to see him, by the
Transy-
way, you are in Castle Dracul, not in Bistria.
Yeah, I know. My question is, like, border-wise, does like Wallachia own Transylvania now, or is Transylvania still under the throes of Hungary?
A bit of both.
Okay.
So if we go back here, this is the line that he pushed in. And he hasn't pushed past that. He has simply solidified that border.
Yeah, she would visit him in Castle Dracul.
Welcome back.
Are there other people in the room with us at the moment, or no?
Maybe?
Servants?
Possibly some, servants.
Okay. I brought you a gift from the Queen of Air and Darkness, so to speak. And she would hand him the bottle of wine, because he did ask for it. He asked for some treat or something from there, so she delivered.
Yes, he did. You're a very good girl, aren't you?
Oh, not good intro.
Hold on a second.
Sorry.
Good girl, Pathead.
Breaker of moods, changes of dramatics.
Vlad is being Vlad, okay?
Yeah, I know.
He's just as fickle as a pickle. And he's not even covered in brine.
They also come with information.
Mm-hmm.
And she like kind of just holds up her hand and obfuscates the two of them from anybody else or anything else. The Queen of Air and Darkness has confirmed that Alarin was the one that spread the Asaku within Transylvania.
I assumed this already.
I assumed, but he is a good liar.
He's an exceptional liar. This is already known. But the war between the Ventrue and the Zamisi never would have happened if they hadn't spread, and his entire plan was to set that war off. That was all made very clear.
It was.
It's impossible that the single catalyst to create the war he so desired wasn't engineered by his hand. This is simple strategy. Have you been so obsessed with finding proof that you couldn't just take that on faith this entire time? Do you plan on prosecuting him in a court of law?
No, I don't think so.
So what would you have me do with this? You clearly want something. And I think you've earned it with this.
I don't know. Because I don't, like, out of character, I don't want to just have Lysandra go, oh, just go kill Olerin for me, please. Because that's just mean.
Do it. I'm okay with it.
Come at me.
Besides that, do you believe Blood would be the one to say yes to be my attack dog?
Oh no.
Or would he say, do it yourself?
You'd probably say do it yourself. But he did just say, tell me what you want.
There is no ill will here. If that is what you tell him to do in character, I have no qualms.
I would like to see Olerin's unlife cut short.
This is a vampire civil war. Does this make me Iron Man?
No.
No. Oh, I tried.
Only if Lysandra is Captain Transylvania.
Transylvania.
I am Batman.
Wrong universe, but I'll accept it.
I am Groot.
Killing Olerin would be difficult. I defeated your companion because I manipulated the terms of our battle to give me an advantage. Doing battle with a full-blooded vampire, so few steps removed from our progenitor. I'm still mortal. That might need to change sooner than I anticipated.
Are you saying you would welcome the embrace?
Yes. But not from you. I have someone else in mind.
Uh-oh. Who are you thinking?
Do you know who Lugaj is?
Out of character, I have an idea, but in character, I don't know if Lysandra would.
I mean, she was trying to find out about other Semisi around.
Yeah, she was.
He's not super old, is the thing.
So Lugaz is the one he's going to chain to the radiator.
Do you know who Bilabog the White is?
Yes, he was the one killed by Velia.
Was he killed by Velia?
That is what I heard.
Are you sure of that? The rumors I heard said that Velia went there to fight him but no one actually witnessed the battle.
Are you saying he converted Bylabog or something worse?
No. Lugaj has alluded to me that he's the one that consumed Bylabog. Which would make Lugaj on par with Yorick in the strength of
would.
his blood.
It would indeed.
So I'm gonna have Lugaj embrace me. Cheer up. This way I don't have to eat you.
Just Lugog.
I didn't say that.
You merely implied it.
Perhaps. He's quite young for a vampire. But I understand the prodigious talent in Koldunism. Not unlike Alexandru. Is that really what you want? Ulrin to die?
Trying to think something through here.
Nabe, you can absolutely say yes without feeling bad. If it's what Lysandra would do it.
Well, no, but then
No
he also
qualms.
just the way, I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, but the way that he explained Lugog almost sounded like he was already planning on killing him after his embrace anyways.
I'm not going to elaborate on that further.
The words were,
Unless
I
you'd
don't
like to
have to
roll a
eat you now.
perception. Yeah, unless you'd like to roll a perception empathy for me, I'm not
I
giving you
would
any more
I
information.
would like to roll a perception empathy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use willpower on this.
Sure.
7 successes. So the caveat would be, after you're embraced by Lujog, bitter rose him with me?
He
But then,
got 9 successes on his manipulation subterfuge. His plans are unreadable to you.
damn. He would kind of like make 2 scales out of her hand. On one side, I would like to be a 4th generation vampire. On the other side, I want peace for Beastria and Transylvania, and Ulrin seems counter to that goal.
Jeez. Who said anything about peace for Transylvania?
No large-scale wars.
Can't be the Emperor or anything without breaking a few eggs.
Yeah. I have an entire world to conquer. It's gonna take a bit.
Maybe I should rephrase as not peace, but order. He brings chaos.
I thought he brought great opportunity.
That's what you just said. Chaos.
Yes. Chaos, as some would say, is a ladder.
I...
You still haven't actually answered my question. Is this what you truly want?
Gotta make a decision at some point, Lysandra. Can't leave it open-ended constantly.
Yes, I am sure.
Alrin, add enemy 5 to your character backgrounds. I'll see it done.
And I assume they fuck. And then you know, next scene.
I don't know. It sounds like he's bored of you.
He doesn't seem as in it as he was previously.
That's fine. Lysandra is also not as into it as she was previously.
It's a very awkward evening then.
It's sort of becoming a more friends with benefits rather than a couple.
And it benefits with friends.
That's the thing. You were never a couple in his mind.
Yeah, I know. Even with her, she was just like, I can claim I'm sleeping with Vlad, but that's just about it. She'll tell her great great great
There.
grandchild one day, you know, the Emperor of the Night, I used to sleep with him.
My wife had sex with Kiss.
Sorry, I can't do a great Peter Griffin.
Cool. Hold on. I need a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am. My DMs are blowing up.
But why?
Why? But why?
For anyone that watches the streams or the videos, there is a constant flow of private chitter chatter amongst the players because this is vampire, so everybody's got secrets.
So many wheeling and dealings.
I feel like
I
I'm the
don't
player
have
with the
any
least amount of
secrets.
secrets.
Then you're
Has
playing
no
bad.
secrets whatsoever.
I don't have. Yeah, none whatsoever.
Oliver had a very
Yeah.
major secret he was keeping secret, but it's no longer secret.
I knew about
Yeah,
it.
so unfortunately, this isn't going to be a I do this in a private chat sort of scene. This is you're taking out a hit on someone, so we're moving now to Klausenberg, where Ulrin meets up with his partner Mitru, and simply whip out your special rod and
th-
proposition the old man on the mountain.
this was a long time coming anyway. I was
Sure,
originally going
sure.
to use Wolfgang in the first place to put this out.
Wolfgang could be there too. That's great, but please set the scene for what you are doing because this has to actually be a scene, not a couple sentences in passing.
Under Mitru's lodge, there is a vault where Alrin is keeping his not so secret stuff, but stuff that is valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And inside of it, there is a staff with a duck.
It's a swan, you fuck.
Okay, that's one. It is a beautiful and carved in gold staff with a golden duck on the top, and inside it,
It is specifically an amber diamond.
an amber
It is
diamond.
It is the most valuable diamond in history, and as of modern day times, is still missing. No one has seen it since it is the largest, most precious diamond that has been carved in the shape of a waterfowl on a scepter.
Found
It is
in Michael's
priceless.
There's no
Yeah,
building to
Michael the
build on.
Toreador had it. That's not true. They did fleece his palace.
We did. There was only so much time to keep to search.
Yeah, they did it in a hurry,
Yeah.
so they just stole a bunch of the gold off of
Yeah.
everything.
Y'all missed
In
out
fact,
on
actually,
all
Wolfgang
the
will be
gems.
sitting in Mikhail's throne for the tournament, in all likelihood.
Amazing.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrin will go downstairs into this vault and pick up the staff. And knowing that he still has the old man in the mountain's blood in him, I offer this to your clan. Should you kill Vlad Dracul, it will be yours. And he'll go and set it back in place where it was inside of the armory or vault. Walk out the door and shut it.
The response is almost immediate and in your head. You feel the weight of the mind of the old man on the mountain, who appears physically like a frail old man. But you know in your brief interaction with him previously that he is anything but. When his mind touches yours, you realize that you are a child. This is a Methuselah that has lived since the time of Enoch. That's a pretty fancy stick you're offering, Sonny.
It is. I'm aware that its value is priceless.
And the one whose name you've asked is difficult.
You say difficult, but not impossible.
Of course, it's not impossible. Any thread of fate can be snipped. Do you believe him a danger to the world?
I don't believe him to be anything but my enemy, and I do not like him.
I'm sorry, are you propositioning us to take a hit out on a mortal? He is a revenant, sure. With the most exquisite diamond I've ever seen. Because you don't like him.
You're telling me y'all haven't done for less?
We hunt monsters.
Yes, he is a monster in my eyes. He's perfect at everything and he pisses me off consistently.
Psychic damage.
He's like a jock, but he's also good at tests. It's unfair.
If you don't want the Amber Diamond, you can tell me you don't want the Amber Diamond, but this is what I'm training for.
That is the pettiest line.
I have to agree with Shade here.
I don't.
Okay.
It is accurate.
Now
I don't like him.
I'm just. We accept. I know just who I'll give the contract to.
Not to Wolfgang.
You do not get to decide whom I name to a kill.
That would be
Your
a bad
payment
idea.
is received.
Once the kill
Wolfgang
is
will
confirmed,
obey.
yes.
He will die. We do not fail.
Then it is a deal. I will have Wolfgang take it back to Alamut.
I have already taken it.
I turn around.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
There's a reason I've stayed in this guy's good graces.
You'll have to teach me. It's unfeasible.
Your vault is cute, but you are still young.
It is a vault to keep out the dogs. It's not a vault to keep out vampires.
Pretty sure he can stop time.
I would too. He did in front of
He
me.
Yeah, he's got
May or may not.
temporals. Absolutely.
Yeah, may or may not have Gabler
it's not
as
a pretty
and,
good. He definitely did it
Bruja.
in front of us.
There is a solid chance that he actually has true celerity. Okay.
Mm,
Lovely.
Also, could just be Hakim. You're not really sure.
well, Hakim could have true celerity. He ate people.
He's an Antediluvian, yeah. He absolutely could. But we don't know it's Hakim. He bids you adieu.
Now Vlad
Wolfgang.
has to add enemy 10 to his character sheet.
Wolfgang. You and Ariane are planning a seating chart for one of the upcoming salons. You are seating hundreds of vampires, and she's only going by Genevieve at this point. She stopped going by Ariane. She stopped going by Scheherazade. She's just Genevieve.
Yeah.
And she finally picks up the seating chart, hucks it into the low burning embers of the fire. Fuck it. Just let them mingle. We will not even have tables. Why did you think that inviting hundreds of vampires was a good idea?
I needed to wash my image as a bloodthirsty Diablerist. And
You
I
could
had
not
to.
just have a salon at a time. You had to invite the entire kingdom.
I just built a massive bowl for seating for watching blood sports. I figured that was enough. We can
It is
set
a wonderful museum.
Yes, there's plenty of space for tables there. Many of the aisleways are wide enough.
There is a strong wind, and the windows to your war room slam open. And a bit of paper flies in and over to you.
I catch it and read it.
Vlad Dracul.
Oh, you want the blowjob too? Fuck.
You know, I can still read your fucking thoughts, son.
Yeah.
And yes, honestly, after 8,000 years, it wouldn't be bad.
You're asking a lot.
People stop approaching you sexually when you're more than 5,000 years old.
You could, You know, I don't really want to get into this. It was more hyperbole.
Arya, Genevieve is just staring at you. Who are you talking to?
Just kind of point towards the desert. It's probably doable.
Who's the target?
He'll pass the contract over. It might be smart to go now before he makes any decisions.
The favorite son of the Basarab family. This might make you enemies.
Probably.
We should do it in secret. No
I
one should
agree.
know.
I agree. Alexandru swore he had some sort of fate to accomplish. I'm not sure what this will do. Not that I've had any problems fitting in the eye of fate before, but it will come back to bite us probably.
So are we to avoid making any decisions because fate might bite us in the ass?
No, I'm just saying that this will probably have consequences. Not that we shouldn't do it.
Everything has consequences.
Yeah. I had hoped to temper his proclivities, but if anything, he's only gotten worse.
He's gotten so much worse.
I like the man,
So
but
much worse.
I don't really care for what he's become. I think the man he was when we met on the battlefield years ago was not likely the same.
I think dealing with him now will be preventing a much more dangerous thing from happening in the future.
Probably.
Once he is changed, he will be much more formidable. So
That might-
tonight,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure quite how it worked. But, Ulrin was unable to obfuscate himself from him as he is now. Despite the fact
Really?
that he was immortal. I don't know the qualities of it. What ability this was. It might be... The optimum time might be the moment. The moment he is sired properly, and before he can learn too much vicissitude.
I have an idea. Would you trust me with this?
Yeah.
He will die before the final evening of the tournament has ended.
Keep me in the loop. The best you can.
Genevieve smiles, kisses you on the cheek very playfully. This is going to be exciting. And then begins humming delighted to herself and skips out of the room.
He will stare at her ass as she leaves.
Such perfect perky bounce.
What a
Yeah.
great man.
Yeah, he's just thinking about them dimples.
Yeah, the dimples.
And then he will go
She's
back
doing it
to
for you.
planning.
Excellent. Is there anything else anyone would like to do in these 2 weeks?
Yeah, I might have Andy perform a simulacrum for me during the tournament.
Simulacrum.
Yeah, simulacrum. That might be the time to strike.
Alrin would follow up with Andy on Antoinette.
Yes, I almost forgot. Antoinette takes the ships all the way down into the Aegean, into the Baltic region, down the Nile, and disappears in Cairo. You don't get another report on her until the eve of the tournament, when you find out that she has once again chartered a boat with your company in Cairo, coming back this direction. Yes, vampires are super petty creatures. That can be very true. I am just seeing chat for the first time.
Yeah, that's been there a while.
Apologies.
I
I have so many things to look out.
I have properly responded. You don't have to worry about that. I got chat.
Yay. Thank you for what a good job you're doing.
I'm
It is
your
super
stream manager.
appreciated.
I will do it. I got this. This is my thing.
But if there's nothing else that anyone would like to do, the opening performance. Yes.
Ulrin just said they wanted to touch base with me on that information, so I will give that information to Ulrin.
Yes, and then he left. Do you guys want to do that really quick? Have at it.
I want to do it really quick, just like in 2 sentences. Basically, if you ask me for that information, I will tell you exactly what Sans just said. She's in Cairo and she's on her way back.
I appreciate it, Andy. I genuinely do. Could you track and make sure that the moment that she arrives, I'm aware of it? And if I am not to be found, tell me true.
As best as I can.
Thank you.
The opening night of the tournament is a festival. There are games, lights, lanterns being lit. Fruits candied in sugar. Delicious pastries and sweet breads. Not that the vampires enjoy them, but the mortals that attend the festival, they enjoy them. And of course, the vampires will get to feed on the mortals. It's a lovely cycle for the party. I'd like a fit check from everyone. This is an enormous vampiric event. What's everyone wearing? There will be incentives for good jobs.
Well,
Alexandru is going to be looking like as close to a robed Occidental monk as he can. Like act like dress down from his usual setup.
Gonna do the
Considering he's
brown
going
friar.
to considering he's going to enter the tournament like completely unarmed. But as he is the way he is, he's still going to attempt to like speak with fresh face vampires, try to like get ingratiate himself to the youngest and explain to them how there is another way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just casually being like, "Hey, you can do this thing."
The path you walk on is not the only one.
So you're kind of evangelizing to young
Yep.
vampires.
Yep. To the new ones.
Great. Dressed up as an Occidental monk.
Yep. Dressed up as an Occidental monk, affecting the appearance of a vampire.
Alrin,
Okay.
along with all of his childs, as well as Mitru, will be dressed in the most exquisite fashion that some people have ever seen in their lives.
Oh boy. I mean, I know where the clothes are coming from now, so I need you to describe like a time period for me.
Alrin specifically will be wearing like a Japanese garb, or not even Japanese, Chinese garb. It's a really black, flowing, almost dress, but you could tell it was made for a man's stature.
Mm-hmm.
Matru himself will definitely be wearing something Icelandic to honor his homage. And then his
He's
children,
much happier in that than the Mesopotamian.
yes, his children will have the offer to pick and choose throughout the litter of closet that he has now for them to wear.
Cool. So they show up decked in some of the finest silk garments that have ever been made in history, including just some outstanding jewelry of extraordinarily fine quality. Because they raided Michael's wardrobe.
Wolfgang will be wearing a black toga and a lion pelt, set with expensive gems of obscene rarity.
It's not a black wolf pelt.
No,
No.
his name is Wolfgang, but he's not wolf themed.
No, I just assumed because y'all went on a werewolf hunt years beforehand that you would.
We did do that. We did do that.
They
He does
didn't
have
kill
that.
that werewolf.
I killed one.
Baldur did.
killed
He
like
came back with
4.
a black wolf pelt.
Oh yeah, Baldur did.
I just didn't know if Wolfgang did something with a rank 3 or something.
He probably would have, in all reality.
Are you wearing a werewolf belt?
No, I'm wearing a lion pelt.
Okay. Also super cool.
I did
Anyone else want
craft.
to do a fit check?
I had 6 successes on a craft check.
Excellent. It is glorious. Yes, Andy.
Andy is going to be wearing his standard hooded armor. However, he's going to put an illusion on himself of wearing the clothing of Indian royalty, including gold filigree and his own house symbol, which will be a shield with a clawing cat on either side. And but very very rich looking, but yeah, it's not real, and I'm just maintaining that.
Lysandra?
I don't really have an idea for what she'd be wearing. She'd be definitely wearing something that's dark, probably gilded in silver, considering Beastry is known for silver mines. It's definitely like
True.
luxurious. Uh, but it's like thin, almost see-through fabric again.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a
Billowy,
diaphragm.
flowy. Probably.
Speaking of
Beautiful.
silver, Wolfgang's exposed pectoral will reveal the silver tattoo inlaid in his skin.
Tell me all about it.
Wolfgang has an ornate tattoo with molten silver under his skin. On his body now. It is some of a Middle Eastern design.
Gorgeous. We love it. Back to the tournament. So, the festival is a delight. Everyone is there. Are you holding an introductions court?
Of course.
Outstanding. So that is where you get to be the entire first night then.
Yeah,
To make
we'll
this
do.
easier,
Sure.
all of the princes of the Siebenbergen are probably just invited into one room to
Yeah.
have everyone introduced at once. There is a parade of kindred whose names are many and varied. I'm not going to list the names of 251 kindred. I'm
You
just
can
not
imagine
going to
them.
do it. Yeah.
There's going to be some repeats.
Yeah. So they're gonna come through, introduce themselves, give you a vague understanding of who they are. They're really excited to see how this goes. Um the other princes of the Siebenbergen. There's Wolfgang, Andy, Mitru and Ulrin of Klausenberg, Lysandra of Bistria. Another Occidental monk who was literally forced to come here against his will from Kronstadt in the form of Tirgoviste.
Pat
His
on the
entire
back from
court,
Alexandra.
yeah, but his court pushed him, like, made him come. There is the Basarabs of Tigasora, and then just a bunch of other vampires. But everyone's gonna get an XP for your fit checks. We love a fit check. It's probably near 3 or 4 in the morning when the introductions on the first day are finally done. Simply because there are so many people introducing themselves and there's kind of like small talk in between some of them. The first day was wall to wall itinerary. You all knew this was going to happen. It was planned a year in advance. The next day is going to be several galas and a salon. And a bit better of a time for you to start making headway into getting to know some of these other vampires or finding out information. We're going to be running the tournament arc as a series of events that are going to be happening during the tournament. The festival is a success. Everyone feeds well. Everyone with full bellies is polite and kind on their best behavior for the first night. Wolfgang, this is
Yeah.
your event. What's your first salon's theme? What's its feel on the second night?
So he's doing an arena thing. So we're gonna go with like the olive groves of Greece.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy wine, olives, Roman Roman pillars, seating. We'll do games at some point. We'll do like a lion hunt.
Very nice. Okay.
We'll do
Uh,
actually, because he modeled it after the Colosseum. The second, actually, the second day he'll do a water event, since you can actually fill up the bowl. But the first
Okay.
night we'll stick with like lion, like a lion hunt or like a fake siege.
So you have live entertainment on your
Yes,
first night.
yes. And then the tournament,
The
the actual
vampires.
tournament, will be the rolling up to
Yeah.
the last. Yeah.
The vampires go wild for this idea. Genevieve, by the way, her hair done up, piled up in all of its dark ringlets, is wearing something akin to yours, the black kind of toga with the very sheer cloth with gold accoutrement, very Greek. She has very little humility, shame, modesty.
Yeah.
She's got the goods and she likes to show them off. Everyone is sort of gathered to watch the events. Is the coterie going to be together? Do you all have plans for inroads you want to make with any of these kindred, any of these vampires? You know who most of these vampires are now. You've at least met them and gotten their names. You know who the princes of the Siebenbergen are at this point.
Wolfgang in particular wants to make as many good inroads as he can. He's trying to raise himself up socially.
Alburn is actually going to let Mitra take the lead on this one. He's been doing all the commerce and socializing with the Siebenbergen while he was gone, so he'll let him take point and just interact with those that he deems fit.
You're gonna let
Andy,
your partner handle all the conversations at the business meeting.
No. Conversations will happen. Alrin will interject in them, but he will let Mitru introduce him to who Mitru trusts.
Okay. Yes, Andy.
Andy will just kind of generally schmooze and continue hyping the event. You know, oh, did you see this? Oh, this was, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Keeping everyone excited. So I'm not necessarily trying to make inroads. I'm just engaging people about the event, making sure they're having
You're
a good time.
being a host. Can I get a charisma expression from you? Or a charisma seneschal? Your job is so important, especially at these early in history events. Someone who everything passed through is how these large parties worked. And he's very good at that job.
Actually, can I give Andy a leadership charisma roll to support him and with the staff, giving
Absolutely.
orders and keeping things organized, so that everything goes as efficiently as possible?
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's decent. 7.
With your combined successes, the event is going off without a hitch. Everything is going perfectly. The servants are moving in flawless synchronization. You have very high hopes that things will keep up at this pace.
They won't, but I can hope.
It certainly won't. It never does.
As Genevieve either kills Vlad or gets killed by Vlad at the peak of the event.
The salon happening in the arena, which is massive, made with multiple tones of stone with deep blood reds in the basalt. It is an enormous arena. I believe not quite the size of the Roman Colosseum, but still quite large. Took many decades to build. But now Transylvania has its own Colosseum. The games are entertaining. The vampires are very into it. The few of the older ones are beginning to congregate. What are the rules for your salon? And are they handed out? Are they expressed in an announcement?
Yeah, he would have covered them on the first day.
As hosting Prince, it is your job to decide what is and isn't allowed to happen at your gathering.
He will designate which food can be drank dry. So like
Okay.
and they will be identified with staff identified in red togas are food. Staff in white togas are not food.
Okay. I dig it.
So like food that he spent the last like year or two gathering up will be in, enemies to his people, uh, uh, criminals he found along the way, that kind of thing. And then they can be in like cells if necessary. Otherwise, many of them will be trained to be part of the staff.
Okay.
So it should be plenty of food to avoid any misgivings.
Yeah. Now, there's plenty of food going around.
Yes.
Are there any other rules about your salon, about your gathering? Any rules for the vampires that you want enforced at the social gatherings?
Don't kill anybody.
Examples
Don't
are
use magic.
some
Yeah, like no deaths, obviously.
no
Uh,
killing.
no
Got it.
killing.
Pretty
It's a
normal.
kindred. He would seek advice for this. From Genevieve and Olerin, probably. Is there anything I'd be missing? No killings.
There are some princes who say that we cannot use the powers of the blood when we are in attendance of these, but I find that so droll and boring. How can you listen in on a conversation across the room if you cannot use your heightened senses?
I figured let it go for the most part. Just no
We-
wanton slaughter.
To this, I agree with Genevieve. If they cannot hide their own thoughts, then they should not be using them in that manner.
I thought the same. Then, yeah, for the most part, no killing and just eat the designated food.
We keep it very simple.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's too big to try to police too much of it. I figured. Yeah,
glad.
no. I'm aware. I'm probably gonna change like where I sleep after this.
You think they're
Probably
listening in on
fair.
your thoughts?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Like I'm gonna move everything after
It's
this.
a good thing you don't sleep in the same spot ever. So
Yeah, pretty much.
no,
The
your
salon-
moves seem perfectly fine, Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Then that's what I'll do.
The gathering kicks off. There are a dozen elder vampires here. Several dozen ancilla, and then several dozen more younger ones. It also shows you a trend that you have all started to notice over the last couple of centuries. There are more vampires now than there used to be. By a lot.
200. I know most of these aren't from your territory, Wolfgang. You hardly let them come to pass.
They can come, they just don't stay.
It's too easy.
Where are all these from?
They said they were from there. They said they were from there when I talked to them. What's he gleaning for the most part? What's the pattern?
They're kind of from all over. I mean, there's a number of these kindred. Probably the largest group so far are from Sigisora.
Okay.
The next largest groups are, yeah, Tigasora and Kronstadt. Large number of Zamisi coming out of there.
Kronstadt?
Klausen, Kronstadt, yeah.
Okay. Go Targoviste.
He is a Zumisi.
Well, he's not a Zamisi anymore, actually.
Okay.
Interestingly enough.
Well, he was.
He got bloodlined.
Oh.
Yep.
Klausenberg has a large number of neonates. But yeah, they're kind of scattered from all around.
Okay. Any outside of Transylvania?
Oh yes, yes. Probably a good 40 of the vampires that show up are from outside of Transylvania. Some have come all the way from Budapest, Constantinople.
Any particular note?
I will direct
Marcus
all of my
Giovanni shows up.
The
I will
Giovanni
I will
or A
direct the
Giovanni?
people- The Giovanni. Marcus Giovanni. Fuck. I will direct my
Marcus
family to watch
Giovanni.
those that come from outside.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah. Just have to clarify that as we speak.
Like butter.
Like butter. Spies disperse. the Nosferatu Gangrel hybrid family kind of goes out to start collecting data. People are having a good time. They're partying, enjoying the festivities, the performances for the water feature, I guess you're doing tonight, which
Yeah.
is a delightful thought in my head.
Yeah. They would do that all the time. Like have like little like ships and rowboats, and they'd do like fake fleet battles.
It honestly sounds like so much
Yeah,
fun.
they legit did that. That was a real thing. It was cool.
There are a number of interesting conversations going on. As I said, several groups are starting to get together to have private conversations. You see Maruska discussing things with Tirgo Viste over in one corner. Uh, you see Ariane talking to a group of doughy-eyed neonates that are already fully fucking enchanted by her.
I'd like to listen in on that.
Alrin listens in
I
on
it,
that.
honestly, it's just a lot of people complimenting her. But roll perception empathy. 'Mm. So you both succeeded. So it doesn't really take you long to realize that Genevieve is basically rapidly going through these neonates for information that they might have gleaned from elders that had embraced them or something. She is taking advantage of these young vampires being weak and stupid to get a bunch of information. And she's doing it with presence.
I would like to go help with manipulation and subterfuge.
Sure, yeah. Give me a roll. Four successes. Genevieve and you have a whole gathering of young vampires being entertained by your various stories, who are more than happy and readily at ease and willing to answer any pointed questions that you might ask. I will. Now, you know what? I kind of have something. The Siebenbergen is at a greater period of peace than it has been in all of the centuries since its establishment. The whispers, though, from the neonates are that the elders don't trust it. They sense a web of power outside of their control, and it's making the elders uncomfortable. And then one young neonate pipes up. The attractive young man, kind of cherubic, chubby face, light freckles, brown hair, like warm, like oakish brown blonde hair, kind of hazel eyes. Looks a bit like a farm boy, honestly. Built kind of like a farm boy, too. It is my understanding that an elder, not an elder, I do not believe he likes to be called this, uh, but he is almost 200 years old now, uh, has been promoted to bishop over Transylvania. They call him the Wandering Bishop. Radu, I believe, is his name.
Actually, Radu is dead.
Every time Radu comes up, party. Damn, I forgot we failed to kill him.
We're gonna kill it!
You are pretty sure he's supposed to be dead.
I know he's dead. I drank his fucking
Yeah.
soul. They can think
might
he's
very well
alive.
be
I don't
dead.
care.
It might just be Velia.
Yeah, I want to kill
Using
him
his
too.
name. Yeah.
Again.
Shit happens.
Gotta slay the proverbial
But-
dragon, as it were.
The proverbial dragon. That, I think, is where we're going to call it for the week. Is that Radu or Velia is back and operating in Transylvania at large again, and apparently given some sort of position of significance that none of you have been made aware of.
Yeah, what is
Mhm.
that? I thought we were in charge.
What the fuck is a bishop?
Yeah.
Why do I want to kill it?
Fucking Sabat title. Lovely.
It's 1410, the Anarch Revolt. They're coming.
That's just
We
another
are
thing in my
we are
path that I have
in
to
the
Yeah.
time frame.
Damn it.
Well, while Alexandru fans the flames from a completely different angle.
You can rise above this. You can be better. Look at me. I became better. I'm a fucking mage. Look at me. I'm gonna
Wow.
summon this thing out of midair.
Slowly pressing the blower to stoke the fire as we're fighting.
Yep. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed all of my pot stirring tonight. I would
Quite
feel bad, but
exceptional.
you all did all of this.
You didn't have to
Right.
bring in some of that. You didn't, but you chose to.
I am just playing the hand that you all have dealt me.
Never forgiven. Never.
Okay, I seriously want to know what part I had in this, because I seriously can't see a part that I had in this.
You are a bad guy.
You-
You just don't understand it yet.
That's okay. I don't need you to forgive me. That's what you get for fucking blasting me.
Boo.
I regret nothing. I'll be honest.
Also, Ogden regrets
gonna be a lot of fun.
absolutely the fuck nothing.
Well, that's why you need to die.
But you can't do it.
Nope, I can't.
Mm,
I can't until you fuck up again.
I haven't.
Outstanding. So, everyone gets an XP for showing up.
Yep.
No danger. Well, okay. Actually, that's
What?
not true. Everyone gets a
Whoa,
danger
what?
XP. Yeah, no, everyone gets a danger XP. That's fine.
Fits it.
Everyone gets an XP for some absolutely delightful RP.
One for looking
Pretty
fly.
good job.
In the drip
One
XP.
for look and fly. I already gave you that one.
But not everyone put
You
it
do not get
down.
another one.
So that's 4 base or 3 base?
For
base.
base, and now your shoutouts. Because you know I'm all about that base.
Shout
So-
out
I would like-
you both.
I've got a legitimate question here. At what point are we going to decide that Grace is just not playing in this campaign?
If she doesn't show up next week, I will probably have a conversation with her.
Chris, you heard it. You heard it front and forward.
I don't know what that
Alright.
means.
Chris wants. Chris would want to play in this game.
Ah, I see. I
He
see.
has actively been listening to the entire game
Fair enough.
in this stream. So
All right,
Understandable.
shoutouts.
Alright, shout
Thank you
outs
for being
to
a loyal
Lysandra
supporter.
and Alrun for both choosing violence.
haha. Yes.
Ironically, mine are exactly the same to Already and Alessandro for starting the War of Assassins.
Yeah. Who we got next?
I'll do one for Wolfgang for third party damage. Two for Shades for fuck that deal. I'll mess with that deal.
I am continuing to go by the letter of the deal.
So am I. So am I.
You know, if Andy and Shades ever made some kind of agreement, we'd be identical in our behavior.
Okay, there's mine. Andy for hosting with the mosting, and Alexandra from buying intel from a fake queen.
It was a mutual exchange of information.
+1 to Shades. I made a deal, but you didn't fey it. As in, I didn't retcon every single word of every single part of that deal.
Outstanding.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Archivist.
Goodbye,
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Archivist.
What a
You may now
wonderful mod.
begin. No, we can't react to it or about it.
I can say it's
not
wonderful.
amazing. It is. That's reacting to it.
No, reacting to it is all these crazy things that it does. It's so great. You should do it in your server. No.
Yeah, that's
Saying it's a
fair. I
wonderful
want to.
Discord mod is fantastic. Go look at it if you're listening. It's amazing.
They can't. It's an alpha. You need an invite.
You can sign up for the alpha.
You can sign up for the alpha.
I signed up for it. I just have
That's
to set
fair.
a date to have a meeting with them.
Yay!
Pour out all this free advertisement.
Yeah, hey, man.
Exactly.
The huge amount of advertisement we're doing to the 3 people watching, 2 of which are currently playing.
Yep.
Everyone starts somewhere, right?
Don't look at that.
Yep.
Don't look at that. It's not worth looking at. I promise. It'll happen.
I already looked at it. It's over and done with.
It'll happen. I went from one person watching me do karaoke to an average of 20 people watching me do karaoke. And then one night, it was magical. It ended up being 175 people watching me do karaoke. That is scary.
Look,
And
It's good.
not
I
as
didn't
bad
say
as doing
it's
RP.
not gonna. I didn't
It'll
say it's
happen.
not gonna happen. It's gotta take. I know it's gonna take time. Shut your whore mouth.
What was Alexandru's shoutouts again?
Lysandra and Elrond.
I was particularly proud of my Destiny joke.
With the queen.
Everybody averaged 6 this game. Good job, guys.
Wolfgang, I don't know if you noticed the last message I sent you, but I thought it was hysterical that you put the ones that were killable in red shirts.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny as
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I also noticed the red shirts.
I mean,
Hmm.
It's
I
appropriate.
sort of stole that, so like, I don't deserve a lot of credit, but
I mean, it was still a great time to make a Star Trek joke.
yeah.
Mm.
The suggested title for this week's episode is Veil of Intrigue at the Tournament.
I like that, actually.
Archivist is doing its thing.
Yeah. Our guys put a
But-
bit too much weight on the Fae and the but is that not a is that
Yes.
count as a
Was the-
reaction?
We have a date tomorrow. We got to figure out the stream relay for the World War II game.
Meeting and sure.
Yep.
Pick a time.
After 12.
Okay, I do still have Rune Lords tomorrow, so
What's the time frame for Rune Lord CST?
it's 11 PST, so 1 PST to 6 PST. 5 PST. Yeah, 5 PST.
What? It's 11 PST?
No, it's 11 PST. It's 1 to 5 for you.
Okay. We'll do it after that game then. We'll have time.
Sure. I know I'll have time. You just let me know if you do.
Oh, I'll be awake and alive at that point in time. I just will not be awake or alive beforehand.
But I think that's everything for our Transylvania Chronicles, folks. I hope you watch and like the video and then come see us play live. We're going to keep doing it.
Check out the Facebook. Check out the Patreon. If you're interested, Sans here does paid-for-play games. If you have a Chronicle that you want to run or a D&D module that you want to run it past, we could probably do it. Other than
I do
that,
prefer Pathfinder to D&D.
Yeah, it's actually much better. Pathfinder 2e is amazing.
Better
But-
than D&D.
If you pay for it,
Virgil's
it can happen.
face doesn't agree. Virgil
If-
does not have a good experience with 2e.
If you pay for it, it can happen. So, yeah, check us out. If you don't, it's okay. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye!